Hey everybody, this is Matthew. Welcome back to Nerd News Today, and this time around we've got some more TMNT action figures coming to you, this time from the Loyal Subjects. And this is part of their Best Action series of figures. It's a 5-inch series of different action figures, all sorts of franchises, really cool line. And today we're taking a look at one of the figures from their latest Turtles lineup, which is Rocksteady. But this is not just any Rocksteady, this is the Thug version. This is the Street Thug version of Rocksteady, so it's him in more of a plainclothes outfit, as well as with his human head. So this is essentially two figures in one, which is, again, talk about bang for your buck, you're getting some with this one right here. And it goes without saying, I don't believe they've made it yet, but I'm pretty sure Bebop will be next in line to get a human Street Thug version as well. Because of course you can't have one without the other. So let's just talk about this packaging real quickly here, because it is the same as you get with any Loyal Subjects Best Action figure. The packaging is always identical. It's just a nice compact rectangular shape here. Nothing really too fancy, but you do have a nice big window on the front to let you see everything this toy comes with, and that's quite a great bit of stuff here. Especially because he is both the mutant version and the human version, so you're getting human head, human hands, and then rhinoceros head and rhino hands, among other things as well. The side of the box has a classic image of Rocksteady running towards you. This is him in his normal outfit. More so, this is him in his normal outfit that we've seen him in the cartoon, which we see quite more often than the Street Thug look. The back of the packaging has a succinct but pretty decent bio about who Rocksteady is, which you can see in multiple languages here, as well as a look at the figure itself, plus the accessories he comes with. The box also boasts that there will be 31 points of articulation on this Rocksteady, but we will be the judges of that. So, without further ado, I think it's time to get our Rocksteady out of the packaging and take a closer look at him from all angles. And here's our Rocksteady now out of the packaging. This is really cool looking figure. I gotta admit, I was actually kind of on the fence about this when I first saw him. I was thinking he might be the weakest link of the four in this wave, but Rocksteady is actually quite nice to look at here. So that's just a little hard to keep standing though. You know, I was surprised actually. That's the one thing I noticed here was the fact that he's like a larger character. You think he'd be easier to keep standing up, and he is at times, but sometimes he's also a little bit floppy still, so it might just be a thing we have to work through as we get to the video, but he is standing up straight right now, and I should add too, this is an uneven table we're working on. So he's standing up without any support. For the most part, besides Turtles, all the Best Action figures tend to stand up really nicely. And keep in mind, he's probably a little bit extra unbalanced because he has this on his back, but I'm already actually impressed that he is able to stand up. You know, I was worried that he was having some issues there, but it looks like those have remedied themselves already. So let's start this video by talking about his likeness first. Does this look like a good version of Rocksteady? And I think it does. You know, I think the one thing that's a little bit different is he has like, it looks like it's bags under his eyes. I think that's meant to be just like either the fact that he has like really heavy eyelids, or it's meant to be just kind of like, what is it, like face paint around his eyes. But that's the first kind of noticeable thing to me is those big dark spots under his eyes. But again, I'm pretty sure it's just meant to kind of just be like face paint. So I think that's what he had. I don't remember if it's actually on the original toy or not, but I think he had face paint occasionally. So I'm going to go with that as a theory for what's up with that. But the face itself looks great. This looks like it is kind of like a combination of the cartoon look and the toy look, the original Playmates toy look. So really nice sculpting job. You know, I feel like humans are one of the things that they kind of struggle with a little bit, but when they have characters like this who have more angles and more pieces to their face, they, you know, most companies in general do really good, but Best Action in particular does a great job representing these types of characters, and this is a great version of Rocksteady. I like the little ears he has as well, so yeah, looking really solid, good paint. Yeah, this is some great stuff here with this Rocksteady. So let's spend a little bit of time now talking about this outfit too, and keep in mind this is Street Thug Rocksteady, so it's not the typical outfit we've seen him wear in the cartoons. So, you know, I'll do a quick little pan down. So it's got him in his I was going to say plants, but it's camouflage pants. That's more accurate. Camouflage pants. He has this nice little jacket because it's chilly outside. We got the bandolier of bullets and a grenade. And again, this jacket is really snazzy though. You know, I say that because it's got that nice little Foot Clan logo. So snazzy is not a word you'd ever really associate with Rocksteady, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to say it because why not? But it's a really solid looking outfit, and it still keeps a lot of the elements we are familiar with this character having, which is, of course, that color of the tank top he has, and the camel pants as well. You know, the camel pants are part of who his character is. So, you know, and also the strap with the weapons around it, with the bullets around it, rather. So it definitely is still Rocksteady. It just has this jacket here, which is going to be added bonus to one of the accessories that we get. and it really basically is what ties it together. So with that said, I do want to start talking about, I think, accessories right now, though I do want to also point out the paint job on this figure, too, is just a knockout. We'll see more of it as we go on, but it's very cleanly executed, and the fact that I'm talking so little about it really says how good it actually is, because I'm not complaining about it, I'm just acknowledging it as a great figure and a great piece. So let's talk about some accessories now, though, and we'll start with this right here. This is a Best Action sticker, and every single figure from their line comes with a sticker, and there's a few different variations of it. This is like the classic version, I believe, of it. There's also like a blue version that's more close to their logo, but this one's not that far off. Very nice colors, just cool. It's always nice to have a little extra bonus sticker with all your toys, right? In addition to that, we have this really great trading card. I'm loving all the trading cards that are coming with all of the Best Action figures, and the turtle ones are just like a step above everything else. So they have this like great chrome foil look around the border of it, which is nice. Wonderful image, wonderful cartoony image of the character. The back of the card is basically just the back of the packaging with a nice look at the figure again and a really solid bio. It's also, which is legible, which is very important because a lot of other companies, McFarlane, excuse me, make their cards very, very tiny with the font and their typeface, whatever. So yeah, you're getting much better trading cards here. But again, I'm really just all about that foil look, and that's so fun to see that back in action. Hooray for the return of foil trading cards. The 90s live again. So one of the most important accessories for this Bebop, though, is his alternate head sculpt. And that's right here. And it's not just any alternate head. As you can see, this is a human being version of Rocksteady. So we're going to go ahead and do a head swap right now. And you know, I should mention too, in addition to the extra head, we also have 4 additional hands, and that's one set for his human head over here, which we'll, I think, try to swap out. And then he has 2 more hands for just him in his rhino form. All right, so that's the head more or less on. I don't think it's actually completely down, just because it is straight out of the package, and I haven't heated this thing up at all. But you basically get the idea. That's how the human head is going to look on him. It's a good-looking human head, I have to say. Looks pretty solid. All right. So as I mentioned, he does have additional hands here. We have a set of flesh-colored hands of this character. I'm not going to swap those out just because, you know, I don't really think we need to, especially for the accessories that he has. In addition to that, like I said, he has 2 open hands for the mutant version of him. But we're mostly going to need these open fists to put accessories in, so we're going to stick with that. But you know, another important thing to note too, by the way, is underneath the head sculpt, we couldn't see it earlier because his head is like so big and covering it, but you can see right underneath it, it actually is flesh toned. It actually is the same tone as his skin. So I really admire what they did there to kind of like hide that as much as possible with the shape of this head and how it fits onto his body. So let's pop this head off again, and I think we'll stick with, for the rest of the video, the mutant head. Let's go ahead and get that back on right now. Actually, I just want to show you guys as I'm doing this, if you did actually want to get a little crazy, you can actually remove the bandolier, it looks like, and this from his back. Yeah, looks like you can. You could probably pop the arms out too if you really wanted to. I'm not going to, but if you did want to get rid of the bandolier for whatever reason, just make him only wearing the jacket, I think you could do that. All right, so we have the head back on our Rocksteady right now. And again, you can see now how much that really kind of hides the fleshy underneath, how much it hides the fleshy undertones beyond it. So, all right, let's talk about some of the weapons he has. Like I mentioned, 4 additional hands that you've already seen now. We also have 2 additional accessories we can talk about. First one being a machete. It's a nice looking machete. And can he hold it is the important question right now. Let's find out. And I believe it shouldn't be that big of an issue, but we'll slide it on into this hand maybe. Start with the handle is a little soft. None of these accessories are like super firm, and likewise their hands aren't super hard. So that has been an issue, I think, with a lot of the toys, is like getting the accessories in there, especially without like heating up the joints first. And I can tell you this one is being quite a pain in the butt right now. So I can see that it would fit if it was a little bit softer and maybe warmed up, but as it is, it's not gonna fit. But that's okay, because I do get to show off the scabbard across his back over here, and this should just fit right on in, and it does. So to be fair, I'm okay with it sitting in there just like that. So let's try his other accessory, because he has one additional thing here, and that's this big old weapon here. This is very similar to what he had in the cartoon, and also in toy form, just with a much better paint job. It's almost like a cross between like an M60 and like just all sorts of other different weapons. So I don't even know what it's meant to ultimately be, but let's see if we can just get into his hand right now, because that I'm more concerned with. And he doesn't have a trigger finger, interestingly enough. He just has these closed fists, but yeah, that actually goes into his hand very easily. You can see it right there. Looks pretty good. I think I do actually want to swap out this hand. I'll just show you guys how a hand swap looks on this character. hopefully it's very easy, because that popped out like with nothing. Okay, well, that was like one of the easiest hand swaps I've ever done with these toys. Let's see if I can get him to actually hold it with both hands. That's kind of what I'm looking to do here right now. He is a very large character, so that could be a challenge, but he is pretty flexible, so more or less, yeah, I think I've actually got it. I'm going to call that a win, yeah. I'm going to say that's pretty much in his hand the way I was looking to get it. So that's great. And on that note, too, I think it's time to start talking about articulation a little bit, because we've already seen some of it here. And a reminder, this supposedly has 31 points of articulation. Well, we'll be the judge of that right now. So you already saw the head is ball jointed, so we easily were able to swap it out. We know that the arms are, there we go, ball jointed in the shoulders. There's a butterfly joint on all the other figures. It looks like he has that too. It's just kind of hidden because of his jacket. We have double jointed elbows on Rocksteady, which is kind of nice as well. You can see that now here. He does have rotating chest section. The waist, I don't know if that moves. The legs do have some good range of motion, but unfortunately, because of how big he is, he's not going to be able to lift him up higher than that. We got a thigh cut. We have double jointed knees, and we have the ankles that can, let's see, ankles actually looks like they don't rotate this time. Oh, no, okay, the ankles were missing that this time around. So that might be why I had some trouble getting him to stand up. No, okay, there we go. I'm wrong. I take that back. The rotation is actually different this time. It's only left and right, and it's just right there in the base of the shoe. So, all right, as far as articulation goes, that's pretty solid. You know, that's actually not that bad. Now, as of this video, there is no human version of Bebop to come with this Rocksteady, but I'm assuming that we're not that far off from getting that figure as well. So, you know, as far as versions of Rocksteady go, would I prefer this one over the classic? No, hard to say, but what I do like about this one is the fact that you get the human head. So to me, it's kind of like the rhino parts are almost like the accessories as well, and you know, they're selling it as Rocksteady with the rhino head, but really, it is very much more about the human head. So for that, I think it's worth getting. Just so you have the human thug. Even if you don't call him Rocksteady in your display, he's just a cool thug to have, and he fits in with other 5-inch figures in this style. So it's a good figure, and I do like the way it looks. I like the jacket, I like the different colors for the outfit, I like the other accessories. So it's a good choice for a Rocksteady. I like this a lot. Yeah, you know, really not much bad to say about it. I don't think I have anything bad to say about it. And like I said too, as far as like paint goes and that kind of stuff, it's so clean. I've barely talked about it because I just have nothing to nitpick over. So if I got nothing and I'm just basically being quiet about it, that means it's really good. So that's our look at the Best Action Loyal Subjects Rocksteady Street Thug version with the human variant, the human head, which is pretty darn cool. So if you guys want to pick up this version of Rocksteady for yourself, he's available from a bunch of online retailers, including Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store, and Amazon. And if you want to get them from any of those places, please consider using my Amazon affiliate links in the description below. If you purchase this figure or anybody else from those lines, it helps support this YouTube channel at no extra cost to you. So final thoughts on the Rocksteady knockout figure. It's a great choice. I love all the different elements about it, and I think you're going to like this one a lot too. So that's our look at Rocksteady as Street Thug version. I'm Matthew. This has been Nerd News Today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys later. Is anybody else hungry for some turtle soup right now?